Okay, folks, this will be a good video. I bought me a new, not a new, but a used Joe Rocket jacket, and it's a Kawasaki jacket. And I've cleaned it and dried it. That'll be another video of how you clean motorcycle jackets. But what this video is going to be about is how to put patches on a jacket. Specifically a vinyl style jacket. And some things happen along the way. Let me start going over some stuff. First of all, I haven't seen any videos about people, they tell you to, you need to clean your vinyl. And I take alcohol on a paper cloth, and before I put these on, I clean that area out and do stuff like that. The stuff that I'm using is this E6000. Now, right now, it's the #1 rated thing to put patches on vinyl jackets and cloth. And there's a couple of things associated with it, and that's why I'm going to do a couple videos here and do some stuff up on it. And one thing, I like to put reflective stuff on my jackets, and this is reflective stuff. And well, let me step back. I wanted to do a bunch of patches on this, and the girl that sews for me, she stays pretty, locked up on the amount of work she does. And then also it's kind of getting costly to do things anymore, so I thought I'd try this out and see if it works. In the past, I've tried iron-on. I've done the iron-on patches, and I've never had them last. I don't care what people say. My experience, iron-on never lasts. You run it, and the bad thing is about running it through the wash, and then if you dry it, that makes it even worse. But these are cloth patches, and all these have that backside that is sealed up. These are all designed to be iron-on, I believe, except this one. And if you look, this glue has permeated through this cloth right here. And like I said, this is experience from doing this stuff. These all have that backing on it to stop, not to make these iron-on, but like I said, I don't do the iron-on bit no more. And they come out pretty doggone good. This one, I don't know, it looked like there was too much on there and it squirted out and come into this. But I can take some white cloth paint and I could paint over that and fill that in. If y'all didn't know, the Fat Ninja is for the concourse, and that's why I got that on there. I thought this was real humorous. This is an old idea I did since the 80s. And when I'd be out riding I had hot four-wheelers, and I'd take them out, and I'd do up them long sleeve motocross shirts. And I always put this on the back of them. And I thought, well, let's keep the tradition up. I had this made up, and then I found these. These are reflective patches and all. And honestly, you see how the glue sometimes squirts out? I could probably take a little black paint and take some of that shininess off. I mean, right now, just a little bit isn't bugging me. Up there, that was kind of ugly, and I know I need to fix that, but you can see how it squirted out on this rat fink. You got to put enough glue on, but you need to put it at about a 1/16 of an inch or so. And I rub it around You know, I try not to use my fingers. Try to use like a pop stick or something like that. But I wanted to show you guys these at the after effect. Now this thing, some of the glue got on top of it. Now you're probably asking, well, how long? I've had this out here on the line for 1 day, and I've had this under a weight for 24 hours. That's 2 days, and it still hasn't dried. I'm going to leave it on the line for a couple more days and let it dry. I got a bunch more I'm going to put on the front side, and that's where I'll show you installation tips and stuff like that about using this stuff. The information that I read off the back of this about this, you need to double and triple your dry times on your patches. And they say to put a weight on here for a couple hours and then go let it dry somewhere. I put a weight on these things for 24 hours and then I took them out because it takes a lot longer to set up than what they're saying. So you probably should do that. Now here's the thing. This is the original formula of this product, and it makes a pretty nasty smell. So if you have an outside dry place that you could set up for this stuff, when I do this next video showing how to set this up, it kind of needs to be in a place, not inside the house, because it really stinks. But the other video, I'll show how to set these all up and do them. But like I said, that'll be the next one. But I got some repairs to do. This was a fat biker patch, and then I slid this Ninja. I painted out these letters underneath this, so I was able to get my Fat Ninja patch in. So that's that little trick on how I did that. I didn't expect the overlapping. I guess the overlapping squeezed that glue out and it got into that. This area I kind of don't care about, but I want that T to look better. I'll use some paint on that. But like I said, and I always tell you guys on my videos, I get to the end of doing a project and I find the crap that the people don't tell you about. So let's I'll do another video about the installing these and teach you guys the proper way to install these. But after you get through and putting them on, and after you put weight on these for 24 hours, and I'm talking a good kind of weight. I had a pitcher full of water, a gallon of water, that'll be 9 pounds, right over this, because the bottom fit perfectly over that. This one and this one, I had weights off an old scale that I had put on top of these. Now I also use parchment paper or wax paper that keeps stuff from sticking to it. You put that over it and put the weight on top of it and all. So I'm trying to learn how to put patches on without sewing and using glue and making it permanent. That's the thing, making these permanent. So I got my arms out to help keep stuff out of that way and to let it dry, and I'm going to try to keep it out of the direct sun. So let me get another video of putting them on, and I'll put this all into one video. Okay, I had to reset my camera because it was falling over. Here we are back. I'm going to glue these big patches. Kind of takes some time, but you want to cover all the area. I kind of make a line down
and then start filling in. You could always just put it right on the parchment paper, use the edge of your fingers and fill that in. Now remember what I said, we want it a little bit thicker in the middle on glue. And when it's coming out, you know, if you can see the shadows, you can see I got the overhead ceiling fan on because this stuff makes some fumes. And honestly, if you could do this stuff that I'm doing in an outside room outside of the house, it would be better. Now I'm getting the reflection going to see what I need to fix. And then I go through and I fix it. I'll put a little bit more down the middle. Okay, I got some pretty good coverage there. And I'm using the edge of my hands to keep this in place. Okay, and get that nozzle stuck on there at times. Get your lid on as quick as possible. These are the only two I'm going to do today. I'm waiting for other patches to come in. About 4 more. Okay, I got that nice and sealed. I'm going to put that end piece where it's on top of a crap piece of plastic or something. And make sure you get this right. I want that edge right up against that. And to press that down. Okay, wipe my hands off of my dirty jeans. Now you see I got these two are just holding this jacket up on the table. I put my parchment paper down and I'm going to put a big weight on that one and a big weight on that one, and we're going to add some more weight to it. There's one, and there's a little bit more weight. Okay, we'll take that out of the way and put that right there. Okay, now we've got them patches need to set up for at least 24 hours. And I messed up on something. Right there was where I was supposed to have that area was where I was supposed to have my reflective piece. Let me see about fixing this. Okay. I'm doing the front side now of the jacket, and I'll kind of show you guys. See, that's a weight I got, but how I have this parchment paper, put the weight on it. Now, my experience is the parchment paper is a wax paper, and my experience is you need to have that on for 24 hours, the weight onto that. Now you see that little, that is a reflective strip that I've added to the, it'll be to the front, and you can see where some of the glue has squirted out right there, but you can see I did this not too long ago, and I got more patches on the way. These are just super heavy is the reason why I'm using them. But my advice is to put weight on these patches. You know, you put them in the location you want. Put this parchment paper over it. And I've got the majority of my jacket hanging off the edge, so that way this will be the left side that's hanging on top of the table here. And I'm doing 3 at a time right there. 24 hours you need to have weight on that. And then after you have the weight on it for 24 hours, go hang it out on the line for a week because it's got to degas. And what you're not seeing is I got that right underneath a ceiling fan because this stuff really makes a stink in the house. Now they have one of these, a new version of this. It's supposed to have less smell, but I hate it when companies improve a product because that's always means that they're messed it up. But this is a great product, and this is what I'm using to. I've got a bag full of patches here, and I got more on the way from eBay. So, and here I got a roll of this reflective stuff. Now I do admit, with time this will start breaking and cracking, but with the glue it shouldn't matter. Now this will break and crack in high stress areas or when you run it through the wash machine. And I don't plan on running, you're not supposed to run these through a wash machine. So I shouldn't have no problems. I'll do a different cleaning technique on that and all, but I bought a roll of this stuff and I just cut it, use what I need. I put these on my pants on the outside part where my leg is, on my riding pants, and that's a good idea to make the other driver see you, reflectivity at night. Anyhow, I'll add this to these other videos, but I will show you a video of me gluing these up and installing it and all. So off to the next video. But when you do this, like I said, make sure you get something to kind of clear the air, and that's what I'm kind of doing. I'll leave it on all night because this is going to be overnight and the next day or so. So more info. I'll get off to the next video. Okay, it's been some time. Let's move some stuff. This is the wax paper. Put that out of the way. Now, you can see this big long thing. This is kind of a crazy thing it does. But it's still moving, so it means it still hadn't dried completely. These are not wiggling around. This one is a little bit, but the weight has got it. The weight seals this down into this one. Now another thing I've noticed, like I'll show you on this patch, is that you see this shiny side on the back. That helps. This is an iron-on patch, and that's what helps keep the glue from seeping through and making this ugly on this side. So what I need to do is I need to show you guys how I set up to weigh them down. Let me see about setting my camera up. Okay, I had to go take care of a damn phone call. I get 100 calls a day for a, you need your warranty extended. I don't need that crap. Anyhow, you can see I've laid a few patches out, and what I'm going to do today is I'm going to put this one and this one on. And let me, I think these are neat. I found a family crest, and I've been wanting to put, I started collecting some of these, and I've been wanting to put them on something, so I'll put them on one of my fancy jackets here. So let me set this up. You can see I got, this will be the left side, and let's set up the right side. This will be the front of the jacket. I'm going to put this just to hold it in place, because I got most of the jacket hanging here in the seat. Okay. Now, number one, we get a rubbing alcohol. Pour it on your towel. This is cleaning. I'm going to take the crest and put right above the Kawasaki right there. So what we're trying to do is get some of the silicons and make the surface clean. I do it in one direction. Okay, let's put it like I think it needs to be. And where do I want to put this other one? I may scoot that over a little bit. I got a bunch more patches on the way, and just I think I'll put that right there. See, so it's not too close to that. I got some room right there. So let's kind of clean that too. Okay. Brush some of that lint off. Kind of get it like that. And like that. I hope that's coming out pretty good. Let me take a look at the camera real quick. Set it up right. I'm trying to keep it from falling over. Okay. Now, I got my glue. Well, I'm going to put my parchment. I turn this over to this side, and you can see how it strings out. You need to keep that away from your cloth and stuff. Now I'm just going to ease this out and work it around. I go all the way to the edges. I go kind of thin on the edges, and I go a little bit more on the inside. But I know it'd be hard to figure out, but I've kind of noticed that about. Also, when I put this in the light to turn around to see which edges and what areas are not covered, and that gives me a chance to work them areas over. See how I'm putting a little bit more in the middle? And I'm gonna grab it from the edges now, and I'm gonna go over here and get this edge cleaned up, or not cleaned up, glued down. Like I said, I move it in the light so I could see the spots that I didn't get, and and I get the glue on in that area. Okay, right there. But in the middle, I would say your glue is going to be about a 32nd of an inch thick. Okay, and I take it here to my spot and I gently press it down and I make sure it's straight the way I want it. Okay, and I take the excess glue and I wipe off on my pants. These are my work in the yard clothes, so I don't care about them. Okay, now let's do this one real quick. Here we are. We kind of squeeze a little bit out and go down. Okay, I just moved this one down. You see I leave a gap between them. This is the glue's come out and it gets, you'll see there's spots where the glue gets on that. These are hard to put glue on the back side because they curl up, because they've been in a roll for a long time anyhow, and you can see the edges are curling up. So I'll pull it down. Now I'm going to do something different. Since I have a square area, let me reach over here and I'm going to get a flat book and put all the weights on top of that. Just weight it down. Okay, lid back on the glue. Working one-handed. Okay, you guys already see the mistake I made. That's what happens when I get in a hurry. I do not want that book sticking to it, so pull that out of the way. Put the parchment paper on top of that. Now, you guys are seeing that even YouTubers can make mistakes. I'm going to keep it this side of that zipper. That way I can get the maximum amount of downforce on that. And these little crystal decanters, they have a lot of weight. Okay, again, that's going to sit for 24 hours and then I'm going to go put it on the clothesline for a week. And as long as it's not raining, it'll dry them things. So good video right here. I think this is more truthful than some other videos I've seen where they just slap it on and, you know, do it like this, slap it on and you're good to go. No. You've seen my techniques and the way you're supposed to do it, so you're learning as I am. So anyhow, let me kill this video and get off to another one. Okay. Remember I was doing that side. I had it pressed down with the book and all the weights on it. I had it covered up for 24 hours. The glue kind of makes this reflective area turn crinkly. And this one's kind of dried. I did this one before. And I wonder what that looks like on the back. Yeah, it's straightened out. So when the glue dries, it straightens that out. But I put it out here on the line to what I call degas, or to get all the smell out of it. And I kind of got my sleeves put up to kind of spread it out. But I'm going to leave it out here on the line and let it degas for a week.
I mean, that's something you have to do because that glue is stinky. But when I put that book over all this and was doing this, I had an overhead fan on and it didn't stink that bad at the time. So I got more patches on the way. This seems to be a really good system so far. I haven't seen no edges pull up, and usually on iron-on stuff, right off the bat you could tell, well, I got to put some underneath the edge of that. But you know, most of these are staying on really good. But the back is the same. You know, you want to look for them edges if they're coming up. I want to put a patch over here. Well, I have room to do one up there and maybe two there. This will remain relatively flat. That's the reason why I want to do the patches in that area. And over here, they won't be seen and they turn a lot. But on this one, I put white paint in that area right there, that cloth paint. And then around here and in here, I put the black paint to cover up what was underneath that patch. And I overlapped them. You can see a little bit got on that Ninja right there. But, you know, this is working out so far. Now I got a patch over here on the shoulder that it's a rubber patch, and this is one of the original ones. And because they put this through the wash, it just makes these fall apart. And I may have to put a patch over that one to cover that one up, because that one looks kind of ugly and stupid with all the stuff off of it. But you know, that'll be in another video. But that's what I'm doing with this, is I put it out on the line, let it set for a week or so. Anyhow, off to another video.